The success of Wii Sports was accredited to its bundle within Wii consoles, selling an impressive 83 million copies. Nintendo smartly followed up on its success with Wii Sports Resort, which expanded on the formula tenfold, more than doubling its predecessor's individual games and offering multiple sub-sports between them. Fast forward and skipping the failure of Wii Sports Club to the launch of the Nintendo Switch, where consumers are expecting a new tech demo game to demonstrate the new technology in the Joy-Cons. We ended up getting the infamous 1-2 Switch, which while presenting the new Joy-Con technology well, didn't find the same widespread and long-term appeal. Combined with the $80 price tag and not being bundled with the new console, a Nintendo Switch Sports per se was now at the top of any Nintendo fan's list for years to come. 5 years into the Nintendo Switch's life, Nintendo Switch Sports was revealed and released with high expectations from fans. By the end of this review, we'll know where Nintendo Switch Sports lands on our Play It by tier list. Personally, I didn't pay much attention to the lead-up of Nintendo Switch Sports. When they first revealed the game, I was disappointed by the shortened list of the sports offered, but was curious about the new titles introduced. Mind you, once I tried these games, with the new precision of the Joy-Con controllers, my mind was changed. So let's look at each sport individually. Bowling keeps its core gameplay similar to Wii Sports, keeping the ability to rotate and zoom to aim your shot accordingly. Now with the new Joy-Cons, you can now curve your shot, and for some reason, you now have to time yourself with walking up to the line and throwing the ball with momentum. Personally, it took a little bit of getting used to, but felt natural very quickly. Special lanes are a new game mode to the series, where obstacles are placed onto the lane to add some new difficulty. This new game mode is a perfect change of pace from the regular obstacle-less lanes. With online play, you are pitted against 16 other bowlers in elimination style, where everyone bowls at the same time and must have to wait for each other to finish before moving on to the next round. Bowling is definitely the most time-consuming sport, but also the most laid back out of the 6. A new game to the collection is soccer. Personally, this is probably one of the weakest games out of the 6, only because it requires the least amount of physical input and never ends up being that engaging. In a 4v4 match, you control your character to kick the ball into the other team's goal. You move your character with both Joy-Cons in hand, and using the left stick to move the character, and the other buttons to dash and pass the ball. What was an odd choice is to kick the ball with either foot, you swing your arm in the direction you want it to go. Personally, I don't think the psychological connection is really being made between the actions of my arms being connected to the actions of the character's legs. Since this disconnection is so prominent, the game ends up feeling like a simplified FIFA title, mixed with the physics of Rocket League. Included with the physical copy of the game is a leg strap that the Joy-Con is placed into to play one soccer game mode, and is incompatible with the rest of the main soccer game mode. Tennis is a returning favorite, and nearly nothing has changed from the original game mode. The only noticeable change is the addition of different types of spins that you can put on the ball, as well as a tweaked timing system, which depending on how early or late you are to hitting the ball, the direction of the ball will change. Other than that, nothing has changed, which questions the next new sport: badminton. At first, I thought badminton was a weird sport to add, considering how similar it was in gameplay to tennis, but boy was I wrong. Not only is badminton an amazing addition, it has also become my favorite sport in the collection. With badminton, the goal is to get the birdie onto the other side's floor, granting you a point. It seems like a simple concept to execute, but underneath Nintendo's concoction, they've developed a simple yet exhilarating experience. If the birdie is lobbed to you, you can either lob it back, hit it back normally, or spike it back based on your timing. These choices by each side create an exhilarating experience as the tension grows after each lob, and playing locally multiplies the experience exponentially. Chambara seems to be the physical 1v1 icon of this title, which offers the methodical blocking and attacking from boxing, combined with the swinging swords of swordplay. With Chambara, you can no longer just swing your sword to overwhelm the enemy. Instead, you must slowly think about your opponent's next move and properly guard to stun, and use that time to attack your enemy. At the start of the game, you can choose from 3 sword styles. Regular offers you just a regular sword. Charge will charge your sword after each successful guard, so your eventual attack is more impactful. And Twin Swords uses both Joy-Cons, one to attack and one to guard. What's odd is each player does not have to use the same sword style, which becomes awkward with the random online opponents, because regular sword is obviously at a massive disadvantage. Chambara ended up being a meh sport edition, and I would definitely prefer boxing or swordplay coming back over the slower nature of Chambara. The addition of volleyball is a welcome one, and Nintendo Switch Sports executes the fundamentals of the sport perfectly. The entire game is down to 4 simple actions: bump, set, spike, block. Each of these actions are prompted at the top of the screen and are effective based on the timing of your actions. Unfortunately, the way you swing your arm doesn't seem to impact the effectiveness, besides the angle you throw your arm to direct your spike. In the online play, without the verbal communication, the game seems a bit robotic, but if you can find a friend to play online with, this could be some amazing team building. The rallying of the volleyball gives the same tension building experience as badminton, which is why I think this is also one of the better sports in the collection. The world of Spoko Square is obviously trying to immerse the player into the world, similar to Woohoo Island. Nintendo Switch Sports strongly focuses on the online experience, and succeeds considering the Nintendo Switch Online's track record. Matchmaking is nearly instant, and similarly skilled players are matched with each other thanks to the addition of Pro League. The Pro League is a rank system based on your wins and losses of each sport. The ranking system is also very forgiving, as any losses are only worth about 40% of a win, so you won't be swapping ranks every game you play. Nintendo decided to stray away from the use of Miis, instead opting for generic-looking characters with the option of your console's Miis. The new characters took a bit to grow on me, but I think I like them. If they didn't go all in on Miis, I think they could have at least ported the Miitopia Mii creation over for that extra depth of customization. But then again, the depth of it could interfere with the collectible cosmetic approach. For those that are unfamiliar with me, I love character customization, and I'm impressed with the variety of clothing options, particularly on how you acquire them. Every round of sports you play, you'll gain XP. Every 100 XP you gain, you are granted a random cosmetic from a bingo sheet. This was an amazing motivator for me, as I both wanted to get the clothing I desired and wanted to collect all the cosmetics I could. I think this system could be perfect for a game like Splatoon, where these bingo sheets are also on a rotating schedule. Nintendo Switch Sports is an upgraded and more precision-based experience that evolved the quote-unquote series in a proper direction. A near-perfect online experience with an amazing cosmetic experience. At times, it does feel like the game was not initially developed as an entry to the Wii Sports series, but I think I can overlook the small details for its exhilarating experience formed of the new sports. As a third entry to the Nintendo Sports series, Nintendo Switch Sports strikes itself inside B tier. With an update arriving in the fall that will include golf as a returning sport, I hope Nintendo considers adding other fan favorites like baseball or boxing. Now that we've had fun at Spoko Square, I think it's time for a vacation.
Why don't we try something tropical?
Good idea. I'll book the resort right now.
Woohoo!